What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video and back with another free-to-play video. That's right, guys. Am I becoming a free-to-play creator? Am I turning from my Kraken ways and becoming fully free-to-play? I mean, not entirely, but on this account, yes, on this account I am. And yeah, I just had to do a quick little update. I hope you all are doing really well, by the way. I hope you're having a wonderful day per usual. But yeah, like the thumbnail says, I made some massive mistakes already on this free-to-play account. It is hilarious how different free-to-play is from obviously like big spending Kraken gameplay in some ways, not in every way though. And that's, I think, what's allowed me to be pretty successful so far for the start of this competition. Because if you've been watching the leaderboards, if you've been looking at the leaderboards, boys, your boy Drock is cooking a little bit. Now, champion development, this one hurts me. This one hurts deep because I'm not gonna lie, I should have been the third name on this list, but that's part of the big mistake I made, and I'll cover that in a second. But for Great All Development, we're number one. For Faction Wars Progress, we're number one. We were on the Classic Arena rank, but we dropped off earlier today. I could certainly push higher in Arena, but I'm not yet, because I want to make sure that my farming team with Kale is ready to rock. I do have a 6-star Kale now, so go me. That's a win. That's a good thing. That's not a mistake. And otherwise, yeah, like we're doing really well. We're in Tag Team Arena. We got a really fast champion. We're through all of the campaigns, except we have one little bit left on Brutal, which is driving me crazy, and I bet you can guess what stage it is. I'll show you in a bit. Maybe we'll try it on this video. But clan boss wise, we're in the top 5. I mean, we're cooking. We're cooking. We're not doing bad. Top 4 in Ice Golem. And again, that's with making an incredibly massive mistake, which has been, oh my God, I've been so upset about it. But before I get to that, let's take a quick look at the team leaderboard. We're currently in 4th. Now, not every one of our participants is in here. We're still waiting on Jarrett Gaming to get logged in, so I'm sure he'll have some points here. But overall, not bad. Not bad when you consider some of the free-to-play beasts that are on Hades' team or Scratch's team. A lot of really good competitors here, or Cold Brew or everybody else. So far, I am really proud of the guys that I'm rolling with. Obviously, this is a very, very long competition, 3 months. So there's a lot left to do. But let's talk about the mistake I made. And I'll say this. This is normally not a mistake if you're playing an account for a long period of time. In fact, it's a very smart thing to do normally, because it gives you value, and that is unlocking the gem mine. Yes, unlocking the gem mine. Never a bad idea if you're going to play an account a long period of time, because obviously over time you get gems back. But here's the thing. We're in a 3-month competition. It cost 500 gems for me to unlock the gem mine. And guess what? Over the course of 3 months, I'm only going to get 450 gems back. The pain when I realized, when I tell you guys that I was so pissed, I honestly considered like restarting entirely. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I did this. And I only did it because I saw other people doing it. And I was like, oh, this must be the right thing to do. I didn't do the math. I didn't think about it. And I think that's one of the biggest differences between free to play and Krakenland, right? Is that when it comes to decisions like this, you have to actually think about doing stuff. You can't just go to the shop and buy a pack to make up for a mistake. You have basically no room for error. And unfortunately, 500 gems was the difference between me getting my Kale to 6 stars, number 3 overall, and me having to wait to where I was, I think, number 11 or number 12. So a massive, massive difference for me. Slowed everything down because I didn't have energy. 500 gems is the equivalent of over 1,200 energy. That is massive. Man, what a mistake. What an absolutely brutal mistake. And that's not the only mistake I made. I made one earlier when I was 6-starring my Kale. And this one, I didn't even think about. This one really chaps me hard. Is these damn missions. Get 2 rank 5 champions. Well, I had 5 rank 5 champions. And I was stuck on the mission right before this, which was like farm for, Ice Golem artifacts that are at least 4 stars. And I wanted to wait to do that to get my Kale 6-star so I could farm a higher level dungeon in Ice Golem that guaranteed me 4-star artifact at a minimum, right? This sounds like the right thing to do if you're using your brain. Well, wrong. Don't use your brain when you play Raid Shadow Legends, because the second I fed those champions to make my Kale, this quest that was done became undone. Oh my God. Why? Why, Plarium? Why does it not stay done? Get 2 rank 5 champions. It completed itself. It said it was done. Oh my God. It's not that bad, because I'm about to, and you're going to see right now, I'm going to show you the epics that I've gotten so far, because I've had not great luck overall, guys. Some people have gotten Geomancer. I think Mullet got Geomancer. Other people have gotten like really solid epics. I have gotten one good epic, one really good epic, I would say, and then 2 just not very good epics at all. But yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy the difference in terms of what you have to think about. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we have so far. So this is our account so far. The epics I've gotten, you can see right here. I mean, obviously I started with Mordecai. That was my pick. Definitely made it a lot harder to progress in the early game than Deacon. Without a doubt, if I were going to redo this challenge, I'd think long and hard about grabbing Deacon or even Miscreated Monster. But I will say that I think Mordecai will pay off in the long run, because he's the spider champion. HP burn is awesome. It's great for clan boss, great for lots of different stuff. You know what I mean? Poisons are better for clan boss, but the point is that he has a lot of utility in the game, and realistically, there aren't many champions that do entire HP burns that you can get guaranteed. So we'll see if that turns up to be the right choice, or turns out to be the right choice later on. But this was the Vogoth. This was my epic pool where I got stoked. This was a great pool. Vogoth is awesome. He's awesome basically everywhere. You can check the reviews. He's fantastic in arena defense. You can even use him in arena offense. He's great in the Demon Lord for a non-unkillable team. He's awesome in Faction Wars. This was a really good pull. I was very excited about this. But for as excited about this as I was equally crushed to pull Senescal and Necro Hunter. Like, oh my God, no. I mean, like, Senescal has, you know, an entire AoE AoE provoke if you feed him 6 books potentially, which is just like, oh my God, the amount of books. So just really painful. He doesn't do much. I honestly thought about feeding him. I was so sad when I saw him pop up, but I know he's good for Faction Wars, so obviously he's going to stay on the team. And the Necro Hunter is just, yeah, God. I mean, he's just not good. You know what I mean? He's not good. Again, use him for Faction Wars, but 2 really bad epic pulls, 1 really good epic pull overall so far. So we're actually going to 5-star Vogoth right now. I'm ready to do it. I need him 5-star because I cannot complete. You could probably guess. I can't complete one of the campaign stages. Guess which one it is, guys. Here's your chance. It's Brutal 12-7. Yep, that's right. I freaking hate this stage. I hate that. I remember hating the stage when I was starting out in Raid, when I was trying to 3-star Nightmare, because I swear to God, I think Plarium juices the numbers on this. I don't think Mortu's got a 20% chance to proc Peril or proc his boost turn meter. I swear that they boost it for campaign to where he's procking that crap every freaking time you try to do a run. I wasted so much energy trying to beat this, but the reason why I wanted to do it is because right now there is an opportunity on a progressive chance sacred to pull a Chalk the Wenderin. And for me, a Chalk plus freaking, oh my God. I can't even remember his damn name now. HP Bird. Well, I'm spacing out here. What is his name? Mordecai. My God. A Chalk the Wenderin plus Mordecai is God tier normal spider action. That is just the freeze plus the burns. That was my go-to spider team back in the day. So I would be so excited if I could actually pull him on this 10 or on this 15x event, assuming I can get that Sacred Shard, because if I complete that campaign, I've got that Sacred Shard waiting for me, guys. So fingers crossed, we'll see what we can do. But overall, I will say I'm very, like, I'm proud of how I've done so far. I haven't had the best epic pulls. I think a lot of people have had better luck than I have so far. Definitely Geomancer is about as good as it gets when it comes to PvE content. But what I'm proving is that a lot of people, and there are even people that commented on Hades' video or whatever, that were like, oh, you know, Drock, he's an average player. He's a Kraken. He's carried by the amount of money he spends. And look, I get it. Like, when you spend a lot of money on this game, it obviously gives you massive advantages. There's no pretending that it does not. But I will say this. You don't get to be good in Arena unless you understand how the game works and you understand how champions interact and how to counter different stuff. So I'm looking at this competition as an opportunity to show everybody that thinks like, oh, it's all just your wallet. And again, I think I've demonstrated this in Arena a million times over, that it's not all about your wallet, that certainly that is a requirement, but at the high level, strategy does matter. And of course, RNG, because of things like polymorph, which, by the way, I'm loving that there's no polymorph here. Woo! It's like the game is what it was like when it was first starting. But point being, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to really show people that, yeah, you may spend a lot of money on Raid. Yeah, you may do primarily Arena content, but it doesn't mean you can't hang with the big boys when it comes to doing PvE too. I just don't do PvE normally. It's just not what tickles my fancy. So we'll see how it ends up. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give it my all. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I won't make any more idiotic mistakes like I made to start out. Because, oh my God, those two really sucked. But especially the gem mine one. That one is absolutely devastating for my progress. And again, a testament to me grinding my ass off that I'm still on a lot of the leaderboards in spite of screwing that up. So take that, commenter that said I'm an average player. The one thing that I did do well, though, I will say, and this was very smart on my part, and I'm sure other good players did this as well, is that when I got into a clan finally, the first thing I did was I made sure to snag clan quests that I thought I could complete last week, and I did. I completed all three. I completed an elite, an expert, and a basic, which allowed me, because I was anticipating there being energy to buy here, and sure enough, it allowed me to buy energy, which has been really, really big. Now, the ones that I picked this week, I have not had as much luck on. Win a rare or epic shield. Why is this so freaking hard? I knew it was, but I thought, hey, I'm going to be farming campaign all day, every day. Nope. Since I took this quest, not a single rare or epic shield to be found, killing me because 200 coins is 200 energy. And then the other one I took, and this maybe was the wrong choice, but I did it because it just felt like the right choice at the time, was upgrade 5 rank 5 or higher artifacts helmet to level 16. Now, this is going to cost a lot of silver in a week. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. If I can get my Nightmare campaign running better, and I think currently I'm in like the second or third, I think I'm in the second spot on Nightmare campaign levels done. But if I can get my Nightmare campaign cooking with some level 5s, and then also with Rathalos, who comes tomorrow, I'll have a much better chance of farming 5-star gear and hopefully getting more silver in order to make that happen. So this is where we're at with the Nightmare campaign. Honestly, I probably should have done so many levels, but I wanted to get the 1,000,000 silver. I was really hoping to get to 100 gems, which would have helped out a lot here. But realistically, it's like these levels are just super tough, not worth the energy given the fact that I'm only 1-starring them. I'll have to go back and redo them. So it's just gonna have to wait. It's gonna have to wait. And I think that's really the name of the game when it comes to, you know, free to play. You just have to wait. You know what I mean? You have to be comfortable with the fact that it's going to take a lot longer to do stuff, and you're going to have to be smarter, and you're going to have to not waste resources, and you're going to have to make sure that you build teams appropriately, and also think really long and hard about what gear pieces go on whom. Oh, and one more thing I messed up, and this was really just because I didn't think about it, was I messed up the Masteries on Kale. I messed up the freaking Masteries on Kale because I built him for the clan boss. I didn't think about the fact that he's my campaign farmer, Drock. He's your campaign farmer, bro. You got to build him for campaign farming first, then switch him over to clan boss. So again, another mistake. But you know what? We soldier on, onward and upward, and we do our best. And again, it's a 3-month competition, so there's plenty of time for other people to screw up and for me to screw up again too. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'll show you my arena team quickly. It's I would say decent at the moment. It's not speed tuned because of the campaign stuff, and that's really the number one problem I'm having right now, is that without the speed tune, it's very inefficient and not really a guaranteed win, which as an arena guy, you know, obviously hurts me. But hey, look at this. Here's a free win. Let's take this. So we've got Spirit Host, we got Painkeeper, Kale, and Vogoth sitting in the back. Now, obviously, he's low level at the moment, so we'll see. I mean, it's not going to matter for this team, but ideally, the team would essentially lead off with Spirit Host, boosting attack, and then nuking with Kale. Or if I could get a War Maiden, which I haven't done, you know, decreasing defense here across the board. But for the moment, basically what I'll do is, depending on the team, is I'll lead in with the A3 from Kale. That way I save the big boy nuke because he's in lifesteal. And I'll use the attack up on the second go around, and I'll count on Vogoth to keep my team alive with his healing, as well as Painkeeper, who's in a shield set, though not a very good shield set. So let's give it a go. Two 50s. Vogoth low level. I mean, Kale might be able to carry this, but it depends on if they're faster, and also depends on what happens here with landing decreased buffs. So it looks like, yeah, he's going to be faster, I think. So we might not be able to live this, frankly. We'll find out. Oh, only landed one. Woo. Ooh, even a 60, right? This is where it's tough. But we did get rid of, can we live? We did. Awesome. Okay. Oh my God. Swift parry. No. No. But again, this is the result of me. First off, if my Vogoth were leveled, or even if you were at 4-star, I would have been able to survive that and been fine, even against a 2-man team. But also, really, it's just like I can't speed tune the arena while also keeping my Kale farmable, you know, like ready to roll for farming campaign. Because again, I can't change his masteries. I already changed them once I realized I screwed up. And so again, like, you know, lessons learned. I'm learning a lot here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That's a quick overall look of where we're at. Again, really appreciate all the incredible support I've gotten from so many of you. The vast majority of people, I didn't say this earlier and I should have, but the vast majority of people watching the videos have been nothing but supportive, excited for me, excited to see what I can do. And that really matters. And as you guys know, I read all the comments. You know that. You've known that if you've watched my channel for a long time. I really do. So I do appreciate all the incredible people that have had positive, encouraging things to say to me as I take this journey on. Because the other aspect of this, and this is the other really challenging thing, is it is really hard. And I think we all can agree with this if we've played Raid for any length of time, but it's really hard to have a full-time job, be a content creator on top of that, and also play 2 different Raid accounts. Raid takes up so much time, especially on a new account. It is insanely time intensive, especially in a competition. So, you know, I'm doing my absolute best to balance all 4 of those things, but man, it is tough. And that's part of why I haven't done as much live arena content lately, or even content on my main channel. Or this is my main channel. Good God. It's late. I'm recording this at 1:45 in the morning, by the way. So talk about grinding because you want to make it work. But yeah, it's just a lot to juggle. So that definitely doesn't make it easy. If I were a full-time content creator, very different story, right? But obviously I'm not. I have a day job that takes up a lot of my time. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. I love you all. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you think I have a chance to win. I don't think I'll win, but if I finish top 5 in this competition, I would call that a win for me. So let's see. That's my goal. Top 5. We'll see if we can make it happen. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll hopefully see you on a live stream soon. No promises, but I'm trying. And as always, love you guys. Appreciate you. Big Papa Drock out.